Hello, I'm Phil Ernest, and this is the Hagador Peak Trail, high atop on Skyline, from the other side.
Never lost roamer with Phil Ernest.
This is Foothill Boulevard, where you will park along this street for this hike. I'll leave the GPS coordinates and the address in the description below. Today's video is on the Hagador Trail, a nice, easy leisure hike. However, I did get caught up in a bit of the exploratory and the adventure of this hike and continued hiking straight on up the mountain. If you'd like to learn about how this hike went and my thoughts after the hike and recommendations, please watch to the end. Okay, so I'm starting out this hike this morning at 7:45 in the morning. It's kind of cool. I'm in Corona to hike Hagador Trail. The video I made last time out was on Skyline Peak, going all the way up to the Doppler Ball. If you haven't seen that one and you want to check it out, feel free. But today is strictly going to Hagador Trail, and it's a lot different from hiking up to Skyline. So after walking down this asphalt here from Foothill Boulevard, you'll come upon 8 minutes later this little sign here. It says Hagador right here on it, and it shows Skyline. Go that way. Hagador, we're going to go this way. So as you can see, that right there is Skin Suit. Very tough trail to go all the way up to Doppler Ball. I made a video on that a while back. It's a good, real good hike. That over there is to Skyline, but this one today that I'm going to do is Hagador, going right over this little bridge area right here and all the way down. So this is the ideal hike to do when it's really hot outside. Why? Because there's a lot of shade on this trail, and you'll see that. There's a better look at the Skin Suit Trail. Just go right on up that and then continue going on up that mountain, up the next mountain. The next thing you know, you'll be up near Doppler Ball. So this is the other, if you wanted to go up Skyline, there's that big hill right there. You can go up and continue, or you could take the fire roads. One point worth mentioning about those trails, don't be intimidated or bullied. They are both for hikers and bikers. Just keep your eye out for the bikers. They do run very fast, but don't let them bully you and try to intimidate you by telling you that those trails are only for bikers. That's a bunch of baloney. They're for both hikers and bikers. Back to this trail here as I'm talking about. This is a little less than a half a mile this straightaway until we actually hit the official start of Hagador. So after walking about this trail right here for about 15 minutes, little less than 15 actually, you come upon the official trailhead right here, Hagador Canyon Watershed, and you just continue straight on down this way. Again, the beauty of this hike is it gets you out of the hot pounding sun in Corona, which tends to be very hot in the summertime, and you can still get some activity in. And it's pretty straightforward. A lot of shade here, but still, just because there's shade doesn't mean you don't have to bring plenty of water. And then you go down this dry creek and continue on with this trail. As I show you this trail, one of the good things about this trail is it's just one way in and one way out. So you don't have to worry about taking a wrong turn, getting lost, have to get rescued. This is a well-traveled trail. People hiking on this. So again, there's always someone to ask. Even if you feel like you may be lost, which you're not, there'll be someone there to help you out. And you just continue. Now, we're getting a little bit more into this canyon. Been hiking it now for about 7 minutes. As I said, this is one trail in, one trail out. Occasionally you'll come to like a fork in the road and wonder which way to go. Always, again, take the path where it looks like it's been traveled the most, and you'll find your way there. Sometimes these trails, they do have a fork like that, and no matter which way you take, you're still going to wind up on the same trail eventually. So again, you don't have to worry about that. If you're enjoying this video and finding it informative, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to receive more of this informative content, please subscribe to the channel. So now, after hiking for about 10 minutes now you start to see where the shade really starts kicking in. Look at this, kind of like going through an enchanted forest here, through this area. A lot of shade here. And now you're starting to be a little bit more into the canyon. Now on this trail, like I said, 12 minutes from the starting point, you'll see this little part right here. Look at that, steep ridge all the way up. Now, if you're one of adventure, you could take a chance and go on up there and see where it leads you to. But again, for this hike, we're just kind of shutting it down a little bit, going straight up into the canyon. So eventually, occasionally, you will see little off trails like that. So a question arises, is this trail safe to hike alone? Well, it's like anything. You want to always be cautious at what the time of day that you're doing it on. I wouldn't really recommend doing this in the evening time alone, but broad daylight, weekend, a lot of people around, you're pretty safe hiking this alone. One of the neat things about this trail, you come upon some pretty cool little things you'll see. Look at this tree with all these yellow spots all over it, but no leaves around on it. There's some leaves up there, but look at the bark all covered up. This is just another one of those side things that you could do. There's a rope, you can go up top that if you like. But again, on this trail, I'm just sticking strictly straight ahead on this one. And following right up and along the creek, the dry creek right now. And this is neat, look at this. A little cave that appears to have been through the trees and they're overgrown as you go through this. Again, looking very much like some type of a enchanted forest you would see in a whimsical fairy tale book going on up through the trail. And I'm only 25 minutes into this trail, by the way, so it doesn't take a long ways to get to this point. See, even though we haven't had rain in a while, this creek still has some water flowing through it. And again, proceed with caution whenever going over these rocks. You don't want to fall in. If you have poles, use them for balance. They're always a great source to use so you don't fall. So 35 minutes from that sign, the Hagador Trail head, you'll see this area. This is where people usually like to take a little break and then turn around, go back. The hiking trail does continue going on up, further on up the way, but just giving you an idea, because sometimes people ask how far does this go and when do you know to turn around. This, you'll find a lot of people at this point will usually take some selfies here, pictures, and a little break on these boulders here, and then continue on or go back. But right now, I'm going to keep on going and see what else I can find. So this is pretty cool. 45 minutes in from the sign, the trailhead, you come upon this creek here, and look over here, a little bitty tiny waterfall at the end over here. So kind of cool. Wonder where that source of water is actually coming from. Let me continue on up on this trail and see what else I can find. There is a gradual gain going uphill very slowly, so it's not just straight flat all the way, but nothing where it's going to be like going up to Skyline. So, which really makes me curious to see just how deep and far this thing actually goes. Okay, now I've been at this for 55 minutes on this trail, and it starts to get narrower and narrower with more overgrown bush. And look at this. Looks like the end of the road right here. It really is overgrown. See some footprints where people went by, but I don't know how much more really there is to see of this way. Let me try to see, but it's starting to look really overgrown and not much of a trail here. So this might be the end of this Hagador Trail from this side. There was another cutoff point that I didn't go on. So here's something. I just went 2 minutes back from where I was at. But here, check this out. This is where I came in from on the trail. What I did was I came down this way and I took this trail. That's what you saw where it ended about 2 minutes from this part. But there is this trail going up. Let me see how far I can go on this trail and see what this leads me to. This one obviously has a notable incline on it compared to the other one. But I am curious to see where this thing's going to take us to, since that other trail crapped out on us near the creek. Let's check this out. Okay, so it's pretty steep incline coming up here. And then again, more of an incline will start to hit you over this way as well. So this is interesting. It's like we're hiking out of this canyon now, going up to this. But let's just see how far we could feasibly go on this trail here as we continue on up here. And again, If you don't have poles, use anything to grab onto, like a tree right there, to propel yourself up and continue fighting. Okay, so after that rather steep hike up right there, look at that. Taking the fact, just hiked all of that, and now starts to level off. And check this view out from here. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Really nice. And that's the canyon. We just hiked right through that. And over here starts to get a little steep again. But it looks like the canyon hiking is done. And let's see where we've come out of this trail. The steep climb up continues. I'm now 1 hour and 15 minutes from starting from the trailhead on this. And we started going off this beaten path for about the last 11 minutes. We've been hiking this gradually slow, steady climb up. And every time we get to a certain point, it makes you think you're at the top. And then there's a little bit more to go. So let's continue. So we've come down this way, 25 minutes in now from the ascent when we started going up. And now it starts to level off a lot. I think we may be getting toward the top, or did I speak too soon? As now we got a little steep incline here as this continues to go. Okay, so check this out. We've been going up in a rather steep incline for like 30 minutes now. And as you see, we still have a steeper incline, but what we're going to eventually hit, I think it dawned on me, there's some big antennas up there called Hagador Peak. And I just put the 2 and 2 together right now in my head. And so I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to wind up on. How much further we have to continue hiking up this mountainside has yet to be seen. But here's a beautiful look around at the canyon area here. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I've been going pretty aggressively at it now for 40 minutes up this steep embank that'll kind of level off and then go straight steep again. Okay, so here's what I found after hiking 1 hour into the Hagador Canyon, and then about 50 minutes we've been hiking up this steep ridge. There's Hagador Peak. That's the peak Hagador, but we're going to see now how further this trail will take me to. It might take me to a fire road, and then I can head on down which way, but we'll see. But I'm still on this trail 50 minutes, 50, from when it started. An hour and 50 altogether. So there's where we came up. So we're still at it on this trail now. Over 2 hours on this Hagador Canyon hike as we continue our steep ascend to the top. Okay, so after hiking 1 hour and 30 minutes straight up that Hagador Trail, we now see Doppler Ball right there. We see Skin Suit Trail right there, which I'm going to go down on. And then we see the fire road right here. And there's Hagador Peak over there. So it's all happening. So I'm going to come out. Now, what's going to happen here is this trail, Hagador Peak, is going to intersect the fire road. It's going to go the fire road here, but it's going to go Skin Suit. This is how to go down Skin Suit right here. And they both merge, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to show you the fire road right here, see? So this is neat. If you want to go up to Hagador Peak, just hike around there. You can go up to the peak. It's only about a 20-minute more hike up there. Here's a Doppler Ball. Did that last week from the other side. And now I'm going to go down Skin Suit. It's quite a tough hike doing this when you don't really know where you're going to go or where you're going to end up. So the exploratory hike ended really good, but at least knowing how to navigate your way out of these the terrain down there. Okay, so that'll more than do it for this hike. It turned out to be more of a bear of a hike than I originally anticipated. I hiked on Hagador Trail an hour in on the Hagador Trail all the way through it, and then I went up an hour and a half up to the top to the fire road, got up there about 10:30, and then I hiked down through Skin Suit. I don't recommend going down Skin Suit. It's very tough if you're not experienced and prepared for it. I would recommend hiking Hagador for a nice, easy leisure hike. 1 hour in, 1 hour out, and you're done. But like I said, if you want more of an adventure, it'll take an hour and a half thereabouts to get up to the fire road, and then you could come down however way you want through the Doppler ball and that trail or through skin suit. My distance, final distance traveled on this entire hike of the day was 7 miles. It took me 5.5 hours to complete this hike. And if you'd like to see my other hiking videos, go ahead and click on the link now. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching.
Never lost roamer with filler.